Hello, welcome back to this channel. So today we're going to learn about horizontal, okay, integrated diversification. So first of all, I would like to tell you, we're going to talk about growth strategy. Growth can happen in two ways. Number one, concentrating on the existing products and market, and that is called as intensification. So growth strategy, as in we call as intensification. So you're growing by intensifying the already existing products. That's a separate category. And the other category is about diversifying to grow. So you're going to diversify into different businesses. It might be vertical diversification, it might be horizontal diversification. Okay, so you're going to grow by diversifying. You're not going to sit with your same product, same market. You're going to differentiate yourself. You're going to diversify yourself into different products that is either related to your existing product or it might not relate to existing product, whatever it might be. But then you're going to set a footprint into different products than the existing one, and that is called as diversification strategy, through which you're going to grow. So basically, growth strategy has two classification. Number one, intensification. Number two, it is diversification. In this diversification strategy, you have two types of diversification. Number one is the vertical diversification. Number two is the horizontal diversification. So basically these two are most important, and there are other two. That one is there is what concentric diversification and conglomerate diversification. See, conglomerate diversification is very simple. Okay, conglomerate is you run an airlines. Okay, for example, Tata has airlines and Tata has Tanishq also. There is gold jewelry shop, and then Tata has salt also, which means Tata is a conglomerate. When we talk about Tata, Tata is a conglomerate. It also produces salt. It is in the salt business. It is in the jewelry business. It is in the airlines business. Okay, it is everywhere. And nowhere salt is connected to jewelry, or jewelry is connected to TCS, Tata Consultancy Services, or the IT sector is, there is Tata IT sector is connected with steel industry, Tata Steel. No, none of the products is anywhere in combination at all. But then Tata has set its footprint in almost all the industry. It means that no, it is like salt is not related to TCS. TCS is not related to steel. Steel is not related to airlines. Airlines is not related to Tanishq. Tanishq is not related to Fast Track, which means Tata has products, okay, essentially in every field. Okay, so it's called as a conglomerate. Conglomerate is having products in all the industries, in different industries. Okay, one industry is nowhere related to the other industry, but it has its footprint in almost all the industries. That's what Tata is all about. So Tata Group, so that is a conglomerate. Reliance is a conglomerate. But when we talk about concentric diversification, we talked about Royal Enfield, right? So Royal Enfield, predominantly they concentrated on making a bike. Okay, making a bike. So once the bike was a huge success, they also took over the production or branding of helmets, or production and branding of the what bike accessories. So these are called as concentric diversification. For example, when you ride a bike, you want some travel accessories, or you want some bike accessories like a leather jacket, or some gloves, or helmet, or something like that. So when you are predominantly a producer of Royal Enfield, and then you also enter into Royal Enfield helmets, and then you also enter into the leather jackets or travel accessories, there you're diversifying yourself from bike to helmet. But then helmet essentially is a complementary good for your bike. So that is called as concentric diversification. Whereas Tata is diversifying from salt to jewelry business to airlines to Tanishq to fast track watches. This is completely no relationship at all businesses. Okay, so when you have no relationship at all, and then you still are there for every business, every sector, that is called as conglomerate. You're diversifying like Royal Enfield from bike to helmets, or from helmets to leather jacket. So that is called as concentric diversification. But today we are going to see one topic called as horizontal diversification. In the next episode, I will really talk to you about the vertical diversification. Okay, that is forward and backward diversification or forward and backward integration, that is called. So vertical, we will talk in a separate chapter or separate episode. So today we're going to talk about horizontal. Okay, horizontal, and it is an integrated diversification. What is it called, Binkita? So today we're talking about Tata. Tata is a conglomerate, no doubt. So Tata can be quoted as a example for conglomerate as well as for horizontal integrated diversification. How do you call it? See, the first private company, okay, the first private limited company or the first private party, okay, in India to start an airlines, it was like way back in 1932. The Tata Group had its own airlines, Tata Airlines in 1932. Okay, can you imagine 1932 Tata Airlines? And in 1953, that is after independence, when the country was restructured and all that by the communist parties and all that, because our country, when it was initially reorganized, we all had that communist mindset with that of Russia. So what they did was in 1953, Tata Airlines was taken over by the government. So Air India, okay, Air India was initially launched in the year 1932 by Tata Group. It was called as Tata Airlines, and later it was transferred to state in the year 1953, of course, by force. Force in the sense state wanted to nationalize it, so it nationalized. That's all. So in 1953, Air India was nationalized, and literally after 68 years, today we are sitting in 2022. So in 2022, in the month of January, okay, now we are in the end of August, but I'm talking about 2022 January. Again, Air India was taken over by Tata Group. So now we're talking about a separate story here. Okay, Tata was a person, or Tata Group was the one who launched the airlines called as Tata Airlines, and then it was renamed into Air India, or it was given to state government. I mean, it was given to the government in the year 1953, and after 68 years today, that is in the year 2022 in the month of January, again Air India was purchased back from government by Tata's to an estimated value of around 18,000 crore, I guess 18,000 crore. So cash component was around 3,500 crores paid in cash to the government, and the balance around 15,000 and odd crore was assumed debt. So this is how Tata got its Air India Bank. Okay, so this is one thing. So Tata has ownership. There is full ownership, 100% full ownership in Air India. Now, this happened in 2022. And when we talk about the time before, in 2014, Tata co-founded Vistara. Okay, co-founded Vistara. Vistara is an airlines. Okay, I'll show you. I'll share this space with you. I'll share the screen space with you. Vistara. Wait a second. Images and then have a share. Yes. So here you can see Vistara. Vistara is a premium airlines. Okay, the tickets are very pricey, and it's like an elite airlines. So Vistara is a premium brand. Okay, it's a premium brand. It's not like it's not like a economy brand. It's not like low cost carrier. It's not a low cost carrier. It's like a premium brand. Okay, so Vistara has this purple color seats and all that. It's nice, no? It's all a premium brand. Vistara is a premium brand, and Vistara basically was co-founded, or at least it was started in the year 2014 in Delhi by Tata Group. Tata Group has 51% shareholding in Vistara, and balance 49% is held by Singapore Airlines. Okay, Singapore Airlines is a company from Singapore, and Vistara has two founders, there's co-founders or two shareholders. Number one, 51% is held by 51% is held by Tata, and the balance is held by Singapore Airlines. Okay, so basically Vistara was started in the 2014, and Tata Group is a major shareholder in Vistara. And by 2022, Tata is 100% shareholder of Air India. Okay, and Air Asia is an airline. I'll show you Air Asia. Air Asia is an airline from Malaysian brand. Actually, it is a Malaysian brand. So the Malaysian brand was launched in India. Air Asia was launched in the year. I'll show you the screen space. Wait, yeah, this will like way back. Okay, initial point, Boeing 747. This picture I liked it so much. Nice, no? Okay, anyways, see here, Vistara was launched in the year 2014. This I wrote it before the start of the class, so you don't have to worry. So Vistara was launched in the year 2014 and it was co-founded by Singapore Airlines, SIA Singapore Airlines, and Tata Group. So Tata Group has 51 percentage, balance is held by Singapore Airlines. And Air India was launched in the year 1932 and then in 1953 it was nationalized. And then again in 2022, Modi government has sold Air India to Tata Group for an estimated for a disclosed amount of 18,000 crore, 3,500 crores of cash component and balance in debt assumption. And Air Asia, okay, Air Asia was started in the year 2014 and 84% of shareholding was taken over by Tata Group in Air Asia in the year 2020. So basically, this is something like you have you've entered into the airline. The Tata Group has entered into airlines in 1932, but then unfortunately it was nationalized. And then in 2014, Vistara was co-founded by Tata Group and Singapore Airlines. So once they're into the market, Vistara premium brand, so they really want to capture the market by acquiring its competitors. So what it does is, in 2014, Vistara was founded by Tata Group, and in 2020, Air Asia, which is a Malaysian brand, I guess. So they had this Air Asia Berhth or some brand, and it was launched in India in the form of Air Asia. Okay, Air Asia India. So the Air Asia India as an airlines was bought by Tata Group. 84% was bought by Tata Group in 2020. Again, this is horizontal. One business airlines, and in one business airlines, Vistara, like initially it had Tata Group Airlines and it was national, and then you bought it back in 2022. So basically we're talking about horizontal integrated diversification. So you have Vistara, you added Air Asia, you added Air India. Now you become like a group. A Tata Group has 3 airlines in its table. Okay, it has 3 airlines. You have 3 airlines: Air Asia, Air India, and Vistara. So you have Air India Express, so that flies only to abroad, and Air Asia, it flies only domestic, and Vistara has both domestic and international flights. So basically we're talking about horizontal integrated diversification. So now Tata Group is the best example for horizontal integrated diversification. We're talking about Vistara 2014, Air Asia 2020. You acquired Air Asia in 2020, increase the stake. Okay, so 84% of shareholding in Air Asia by Tata Group. It will take no time to get the 100% of shareholding from the other shareholders, so no problem. So Air Asia can become 100% stakeholder, that is under Tata Group, and Air India is already 100% stakeholding, and Vistara has a partnership, that is what, with Singapore Airlines and Tata Group, because Tata Group has bunch of money, but Singapore Airlines has a lot of technical know-how, and that is why you always need to have that alliance. Okay, that strategic alliance and all you really need to have. So basically we're talking about Vistara, Air Asia, and Air India, all the three. Okay, in all the three, one thing is very common: the Tata Group has a majority shareholding or stakeholding, and this diversification, of course this is diversification because initially they were only in Vistara, but now they got a shareholding in Air Asia, and then they got a shareholding in Air India also. So this is how they diversify from the original Vistara to different brand. But all these brands come under the same section called as aviation sector. So aviation sector is that horizontal bar. In that horizontal bar aviation, you already have Vistara. Now you're just flying to Air India and Air Asia also. So this is the best example of your horizontal integrated diversification through which your company wants to grow. Thank you so much for your patience in listening to this. I hope you've understood this topic of what? Horizontal integrated diversification. In the next episode, I'll talk to you about vertical integration. That is vertical, that is forward and backward integration through which you're diversifying for growth. Okay, thank you so much. Have a happy learning period. Okay, share with your friends, subscribe the channel, and you can voice out your comments. You can voice out your opinion through the comment section. Have a happy day, nice day. Thank you.